All right. It says we're live. Whoop, hey, beep, whoop. Need the microphone. This will probably help y'all hear me a little bit better. What's happening, Feast friends? Welcome to another live. Well, it's me flying solo. So hopefully y'all can put up with just me. I know I'm late again, Spencer says. Frank in here. All the members, I want to start off first. Actually, I should make sure that we're working. See, I don't know what's up with this microphone deal. Why does this thing spin? Why is that a deal? I don't know. Anyway, what's happening, everyone? There he is. Hello. Okay, it looks like we're working. Welcome, everyone. Happy 4th of July weekend. Thanks to all those who gave us the freedom to have this weekend. And thank you all for freely coming over to my stream to watch, because you don't have to be here. You could be with your families or doing other things, having fun, but I still have a whole bunch of people that watch me on Saturday nights talk about fishing stuff. I love it. I love y'all. Fishing and YouTube has honestly saved me from some dark places, so I appreciate you all. So tonight, I don't know what's going on. Old Randall, I texted him a couple times, didn't hear from him. I don't know where he is, missing in action. I'm assuming he's with his old lady. I was hoping to fish with him this weekend. Said, hey, we fishing? Nothing, no answer. Come on, Randall. Probably lost him to his better half. So if I had some drink here and I wasn't at my house, I'd pour one out for my homie. He gone. Oh, maybe someday. Maybe someday we'll find old Randall. He's napping, Liza says. Yeah, he could be napping. Who knows? So yeah, tonight we're going to talk about some deals. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about baits. And I thought maybe it would be kind of cool to load up a cart, maybe do like a specific unboxing themed from all of you, like things that you all pick, things that you all really want to see. I've already got some things on my phone. I was trying to transfer it over to my computer to show you what I picked out, but we'll just have to go through as we go and check out some of the stuff. If we get anybody bored, any of my YouTube fish and friends that want to jump in, go ahead, go for it. Jump in with old Debo. Let me know. I'll see if we can get some, either a member or somebody, another YouTuber who's used to doing the lives and stuff that wants to jump in. You certainly can. I don't care. Let's talk fishing. But let's see. So I linked some stuff below. So I linked, of course, my Tackle Warehouse deal. I partnered up with Tackle Warehouse. Anytime you shop over there, a little bit of that goes back to me. Use it or not, doesn't matter. There's tons of places. And I say find what's best for you, where you can get the best deals. So I also linked American Legacy, of course. Fishing with Gramps, good friend, is partnered up with them. They've got some really good deals. Especially their used gear. I would say check out as much of the used gear as you can. Because they have a lot of really good deals there. I've bought a couple reels recently. This is Dizzles, but I bought this exact reel over at American Legacy for like 100 and something, and these are like $270 reels. So check it out. And then I also linked Hellabass down below. There's a bunch of different people that have Omnia codes. Look up Serious Angler, Punch Fishing, of course, Hellabass. I'm probably missing people. Just trying to think off the cuff. I don't know. But anyway, check them out. I also linked their stuff below. And the cool thing about Omni is you can use that anytime. So like you can use Hellabasses for 15% off, but it only works once per month. Rich told me. So there's my spiel. That's all stuff for you all. Again, I'm not getting paid from these people. I guess I do get a little bit of a kickback from Tech Warehouse, but I want to find you all the best deals and help you all, because that's what it's about. So what do we have going on in the old chat here? Let's see. Chris Russ in here. What's up, my friend? Somebody said something about Gramps. If you want to talk spy baits, got to bring in Bass Geek. G fan. I have never fished a single spy bait, so I am not your spy bait fishing guy. Michael used Hellabass today. Awesome. I know Rich will appreciate it. Rich is a good cat. Dustin, another Iowa guy, or are you in Illinois? I'm not sure which side of the line you're on. He said drinking some adult beverages and grilling with the wife. Man, there's no better way to hang out. I was actually, we grilled out last night, me and the family, and I was having some adult beverages sitting on the back porch grilling, and it was so beautiful out. And I had to go to bed at like 8:30 because Pops and I went fishing today. So I had to be up by 4 to get down there to hook up the boat with him to get to our fishing spot by sunup. So we caught a few. I think I only caught like 7 today. Kind of a slow day, but it was fun being on the boat with Dad. We got to do some frogging. Dad missed a giant on the frog. I was really upset. I wish he could have landed it, but That'll be in the vidya. Wasn't a crazy day, but I do have a crazy good fun frog fishing day. Don't have that combo here coming up soon. It's like a 50 fish day. Pretty insane. That was like a couple weeks ago. How many rods are going in your cart? None, dude. None. I have pulled way back on spending because I realize my spending habits are kind of crazy when it comes to fishing stuff. So I've tried to keep it a little bit less crazy, really just trying to buy new stuff. And that's kind of what we're going to do tonight. The fun thing about StreamYard, if we have any new people in here each week, I'm always surprised by the number of people that are like, hey, I'm new to your channel, new to Alive. Always cool to me. So if you're new to the channel, I can share stuff. That's what we're going to do, is go through and share some Tackle Warehouse. We're going to look at some lures, talk about lures that you all think are good, look at their clearance section. Hey, there's Mr. Nick Rundle from the Bait Cave. I'm game. Nick, are you game to jump in? Is that what you're doing? You want to talk baits? You should buy today's Tackle Warehouse special. What's the special today? Let's see. I think it was the swim jig the other day. The Berkeley swim jig. And I did get a couple of those, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, kind of when they first came out. How do I get to the daily thing? I'll be honest, usually the daily thing just pops up. I don't even know how to find the daily thing on here. Am I a dummy? Oh gosh, never mind. Who said that? Who requested that? Robert? Yeah, Robert, you're getting banned right now. I'm kidding. Yeah, I will not be purchasing any of the skitter lizards at all. I did like these. I forget who it was. Me and somebody were talking about those. Was it Nathan? Where did that go? Why did that disappear? Would it be a miscellaneous soft bait? Okay, that's a waste of time. We'll go to brands here real quick because I know what that is. Hopefully, Tackle Warehouse doesn't bomb out. I was trying to get in there the other day and it kept like bombing out and dying. I don't know if they're using hijacked Walmart internet to run their website, but come on, Tackle Warehouse, get with it. So it's nickels. This thing kind of looks cool. It kind of reminds me of like a Rage Menace mixed with I don't know where I was going with that. A Rage Menace mixed with something I had in my mind the other day. These things look pretty cool. It's like a green pumpkin, June bug. I definitely want to pick up some of those. They only come in a 4-inch. That's a pretty good size though for chatterbaits and swim jigs. The old flapjack. Okay, so what else do we have in here? I'm literally watching best baits and ordering during the sale. Oh yeah, good point, Leland. That is a good time to pick up some baits that people say are working. And I would say, look at people who do those videos that are in your area, because there could be somebody doing it in California, and if you're in, I don't know, Maine or Minnesota or something, your fishing is going to be a little bit different than theirs is for that time of the month. So let's see. So let me skip down to where we're at recent, see if we got any other questions or anything going on in here. I had to restart my phone. Ranger in here. What's up, Ranger? Give us your top picks for Tackle Warehouse sale. We can definitely do that. That's what I planned on doing. Oh, dude, I don't want to hear that, Nick. Mr. Rundle invited me to go out with him fishing today, and I said, well, I think I'm going out with the old man. I was waiting to hear on what he was doing. He's like, yep, yeah, we're going. So we went, and they're telling me they crushed it. Well, good for you guys. I'm glad somebody did. We caught a few. It wasn't an amazing day, but we caught some fish together. So, okay, so I don't see anybody saying they want to jump in. I thought maybe that was Rundle saying he wanted to. I didn't see anybody else. I know Gramps hopped in with us. Was that last week or the week before? So, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get rolling. We're going to talk about some sale stuff. That's actually what I was looking at before I went live. Then I had to go grab a drink. But I think it was clearance. Yeah, clearance is what I was looking at. So we'll just kind of roll through here in case you're looking at any of these. And the other thing that I noticed that's pretty cool. So, like, for example, the Inception. The Inception's a good reel, $120 at $99 on sale now. But the Sport Z, I was kind of surprised this didn't do better. I think the gaudy color kind of turns a lot of people off. The color's kind of ugly unless you like the bright stuff. I personally don't, but the reel itself is awesome. It's a caster. Both of them are on sale for 119, and I was just checking this before to see if the 15% goes on this, and it does. So, for example, you can get that reel for $100 right now. Definitely worth $100. I've liked that reel a lot. Y'all saw that in videos. I don't know, a couple. That would have been 2 years ago now. I think. God, maybe 3 years ago, where I stepped on that rod and broke it, and I went to cast it, and it broke in half, and I had to switch. And this was the setup I had, luckily, with me that day, and it saved the day because I caught a bunch on. I think it was a buzzbait that day. But yeah, I like that reel for $100. That's an absolute steal. Aluminum frame, casket. It's got, like the CZB stuff, the zero bearing in some of them, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sold on the zero bearing stuff, but the reel itself is good, regardless of what's in it. I've not used that 13. The ALF is a good reel, but I would say the better buy. This is kind of one that flies under the radar too. I think it's because it's so like crazy priced out the door. It's like $250 normally, and they only have the lefty in it. I think is probably why that one didn't sell as much. But the reel itself is really, really good. I've got the old one, the ALX. The ALF replaced it, and really, really liked it. Okay, so this was one without a doubt, awesome budget reel here. Now it's only in the lefties. Sorry if you're a right-handed angler, but you can get that for $42 right now. Probably top 3 favorite budget reel that I've got in my arsenal, I'd say right now. $42 is a steal on that reel. Really good reel. Kind of comparable to the like the old Black Max. I think it feels a little bit more refined, and it casts. It will send a lure for sure. The Revos, these are a little bit more expensive. I wouldn't say go out and run out and buy one of these right now. The Revo S I have not used, but you can essentially get that for the price of what the I'm sorry, did I say Revo X? The Revo S, which is an upgrade over the Revo X. I believe the X only has magnetic brakes. I think this has magnetic and centrifugal, if I remember correctly. Why does it not give me the whole telling about it? I don't know. Mag track brakes. So maybe this does just have the. I don't know. I've never used one of these. I forget. I looked a while back what the difference was between them. There wasn't much, but I would say the Revo STX, super good deal. It's like a $200 reel, and there were certain ones you have to look. Yeah, it was only one, which is kind of corny, but it is the 6.6. So if you want to do it all, again, if you're a lefty, this is why I learned to use both right and left hand reels. Lefties always seem to go on sale. So I'll get through the reels here real quick. I think there's only a couple more. There's the Revo X. I don't know if they have right and left. Oh yeah, bunch on sale. So at $99, you're getting one of those at $84. Definitely a good deal. I've liked the Revo X a lot. I used it for Texas rigs and then a full year of frogging, and it held up. One of the screws on the side plate came loose, the handle side plate, and I didn't notice it. And I thought like the reel was having issues or was going to break. I was like, man, I don't know about this reel. But after I tightened that screw, it was like one of these screws that holds the side plate on. I don't know how it came undone, but after I tightened it back up, it was fine. And then, so the Daiwa CC80, again, one of my favorite budget reels. It's an all graphite frame reel, and that's pretty common for reels under, I would say, $80-ish. You're not going to find an aluminum reel until you get up to that $100 price point. But for $50, this is one that I didn't really want to like. I was like, like it looks kind of corny. But I got one. Actually, a subscribed Fish and Friends sent me one. It's a solid little reel, just regular magnetic brakes, kind of your regular Doyo looking reel. But solid little reel, and you're gonna get that one for. I think this was right and left when I looked. Yeah, only comes in the 7.5-to-1, both right and left for like what, $52, 51 would it be? Oh, that one's not marked down. Interesting. Why do you not get the discount off that one? Oh, it's Daiwa, that's why. Yeah, you won't see the discount in it until you go to, like, the pay screen. Daiwa, Shimano, they actually can't advertise. They've got a weird deal where they can't advertise and, like, show the sales right away. But I noticed, like, when I pay on PayPal, if I were just to buy this one, it would show the 15% off, when you go to checkout. Okay, let me jump back over. I think that's about all for the clearance reels. Some cheaper LURES. I do like the Helios SX, but I think at 179 you can get some reels that are pretty comparable for about 100 now. Okay. Yep, so that's what I would say on those to give a start. What do we have for comments? I know I'm probably way behind already. Kind of big, but can cut the flapjack down, Ephraim said. Yeah, I'm interested in the flapjack. Yeah, the Crubes. No, I didn't say the Crudes. My kids watched that movie. Crube, the craw tube from 6 Cents. That's a big seller right now. I haven't used any. I've got so many tubes. I can't I don't know. I would just feel silly buying the Crubes. Let's see. Go to plastic. Okay, so I will say I haven't actually thrown a ton of Texas rigs this year. If we're talking a weighted Texas rig, I had a good day with my buddy Brando out on the water. And I want to throw more. What am I looking for? It's a Zoom. The Zoom, what is it called? Zoom Z-Craw Worm. Really cool action on it. It's got I think it's like 6 inches, I want to say. 7 inches. So a 6-inch worm plus the little claw flappers back here. These have kind of like those little Strike King ridges. Looks really neat. It's like a real subtle, but like a lot of movement. I don't know how to explain it. So it's kind of a little bit different twist on, your big ribbon tail worm. I had good luck on it. Definitely want to throw it more. I got a couple packages of the June bug. That's what I was catching them on. But I would say definitely give that a go as something new right now. I was really happy with it. Frank says it's much easier to pick out backlashes on the couch watching a live stream. I am a backlash getter outer professional from years of backlashing, so don't feel bad, man. Caught my first drop shot fish last night, the dinkiest of dinks. Hey man, I am not a drop shot master, so good for you for getting one. I get more frustrated than not throwing it. Zoom June bug trick worm for Spencer. Yeah, the trick worms are a great go-to. Oh, interesting. Mr. Tyler's Real Fishing gave a shout out on his last video about regional bait selection. Cool. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Tyler's a good cat. He makes a ton of really good informational stuff. A lot of. Oh, Nick said he will jump in. Nick, I'll text you the link here. Don't be an old geezer and tell me you don't know how to do it. Just click on your phone and have it set up sideways and then talk baits with me. Now, Nick Nick might not be the guy to have because he's an awesome bait maker. So he's usually using the baits that he throws. So that's often hard, I think, to go when you're somebody who spends that much time and makes that many cool baits to go to just buying stuff off the shelf. But you can't make all the different things that are on the shelf. So sometimes we'll see if he's got any favorites. I will invite him. Okay, Nick, all you have to do is click the link. I sent you the StreamYard link. It'll click in here. And I'll see you down here on the bottom of my screen when you're ready, and I'll just bring you in. Do reel grips help? Okay, so reel grips are definitely not like a must-have. I don't have any around me. I guess it depends on what reel grips you're talking about too. If you're talking about like the slide-on grips or like the big handles, like so Gomexis or Scott at Spool Speed when he was on, he sent me one of his big handles. The thing is, if you want like a bigger handle, easier to crank stuff, they do help. And I like them for things where like I'm going to set the hook hard. I prefer a bigger handle. So I can't really tell you they do or don't help. I think it's a big preference thing. Some people hate bigger handles. Some people hate bigger knobs. That's what I was going to ask if you're talking about like the actual knob part. Because I've got like slip-on wind grips that just slip over like your existing like loose knobs or whatever. I don't really like the flat loose knobs. They're all right, but I would rather have something with beef, like if I'm setting the hook hard. So that's kind of my take on it. Definitely not needed. Hey, there's Nick. All right. You ready to go? Nick, if you're feeling good, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, buddy. Looks like he's messing with his screen. So just give me the old thumbs up when you're ready to go, Nick, when you got your phone somewhere where you can do the stuff. Hello Bass in here. What's up, Rich? Rich, I did link your new code below. I would double check it in the description. Hopefully I got it right. But yep, go check out if you're checking out Omnia, make sure you use Rich's code. What is Nick doing here? There it is. That's perfect. No, oh, he had it. There we go. Nick, you look good there. Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. He's good. All right, we're bringing you in, dude. You hear us?
Yeah, man.
I can't hear you. Do you have something plugged in, like a microphone or something?
No, I don't have a microphone.
Or is that me?
It's weird.
My stuff. Say something again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. My Bluetooth headset is roached out. I think it needs charged. Okay, we got Nick in here. Sorry, technical difficulties. Look at this. We're both like old grandpas trying to figure out how to work these electronics and fandangle stuff. I've still got oh, I just lost a Bluetooth earpiece. Nick, we're in shambles. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Nick has sound.
You're on my headphones.
Well, that's two of us that have headphone issues right now.
Hey.
I don't think there's an echo. You hear me? We good?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I can hear you. Hang on. I gotta turn off some fans.
All right, turn off your fans. Do your stuff. All right, we're gonna keep going through. We got Nick in here. I think this is the first time you've ever been on, isn't it?
That's true.
Well, welcome, my friend. Thanks for jumping in. So all the videos where you hear me talking about when I give props to Nick for this stuff, and I say the guys over at the Bait Cave, they are the ones that taught me everything I know about soft plastic making. They took me under their wings for I don't know how long, a couple years, I guess, kind of going over there.
You're making me blush.
Oh, yeah, right. You just got a sunburn. So I appreciate those guys a ton for teaching me. So, okay, we're talking about baits tonight. I said maybe you weren't the guy to have on tonight because you make a lot of your own baits. So I know you might be kind of biased. And for people that don't know, I guess we should tell real quick. So the Bait Cave on Instagram, and do you still do your YouTube videos? I haven't seen one for a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little while. But in all honesty, guys, I'm going to tell you, lately I've been fishing with other bait maker stuff. You know, I don't buy anything at the store. If you can get it off Instagram, that is my deal. Like today was Cobriggers, another Iowa guy. I absolutely put a clinic on with Cobriggers custom baits today.
You jerk.
Oh, it was amazing.
when he does the it's a good day.
Amazing. I can't make stuff like he does. I have a weight bait that I use today. First time ever using it. And that thing is so beat up. It looks like somebody took a knife to it.
That's freaking awesome, dude. Yeah, so you guys have seen some of the, and I used to call him Corbinger because I used to work with a guy named Corbinger. And every time I would unbox his stuff, y'all see me get some of his crankbaits. Actually, I think I still have one in here. One I think I might have lost. I'm sorry, brother. But Cobringer, right?
Yeah.
Cobringer. He had to correct me. He's like, dude, I don't want to be a jerk, but for the longest time you've been saying my name wrong. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, dude. Just tell me. I'm horrible with names. I'll see if I can find it here. Maybe when we're looking at stuff. But anyway, so that's what I was saying. Yeah, maybe Nick might not be the guy to talk about some of this stuff because he's gonna be like, you know what, dude? I use a lot of my own stuff that I make. But I know you used to use baits and stuff, so maybe you can give us some old favorites and stuff as we're going through here. Basically what I'm doing is just kind of going through some of the tackle warehouse sales for anybody, looking for suggestions, that kind of stuff. And we're going to see what's all for sale and all that.
What's really weird is I've never even been on Tackle Warehouse website.
Nick. Nick, we're gonna have to fix that.
Yeah. I do have a rod that my wife bought me for Christmas a couple years ago, my swim bait rod.
I do. Yep, I remember that. You showed
She
me
bought
that.
it off Tackle Warehouse. But no, if I can't make it, I don't want to fish with it.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. There is no way to explain the feeling of catching a fish on a bait that you made.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's such a cool deal. Like, oh my gosh, this color that I thought up that you can't like get at a store actually catches fish. This is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, and there's two ways to look at that. One, either that fish is so dumb it needs to be caught, or two, you did something right.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, I look at it both ways.
Al said the Revo SX is on sale at Omnia for only $99, but lefties only. Yeah, the SX is a really good reel. I think that's another reel that flies under the radar. Let's see. Mike says, to quote the wife, if you spend $100 on a fishing reel, I'll divorce you. Little does she know I have a Lewis inshore speed spool, $130, and a Revo S about the same. Well, I hope she's not watching, Mike. I'm not going to tell. Your secret's safe with me, dude. As you can tell, I just tell my wife all this stuff back here is free. I just find it along the shore. Oh, yeah, honey, I just found all these rods and reels. Oh, Nick's out of here. He had enough of us. All right, let's get back over to looking at some lures. Let's see. What's your favorite river lures? I don't fish rivers enough. I think we got you back. I don't fish rivers enough, but like thinking back to when I used to, like, so growing up and stuff, there was a couple rivers that we used to fish a lot of crankbaits, like 6-foot divers or square bills, are hard to beat, tubes. And then for me, it was like my shaky head version, which was just like an old jig head with like a little worm on it, rigged weedless, like a shaky head, but it was really just like an oversized crappie jig, like those old jigs that everybody used to throw, like the pink and chartreuse painted, jig heads. Throw one of those and they catch fish. Actually, speaking of, there was a day we were out, me, Nick, Mr. Marling, I think it was just us three, and it was super cold. I think that was it early in the year or late in the year? But he was just throwing a little like 2-inch white grub. Remember that? And you were just crushing bass on it.
Yeah.
I was throwing a Ned rig, caught quite a few on the Ned rig, but yeah, he tore him up on a grub. Grub's another actually good river bait. You can catch anything on a grub too.
Oh man, I don't know why this just hit me, Debo. Do you know a guy named Casey? That used to do the strongman competition?
Yeah. Yes.
Casey was over here last night.
No crap.
Making some baits. Yeah. He's doing kayak.
One of your buddies?
What's that?
Is he one of your buddies? How do you know him?
A guy used to work with named Seth used to work out with him. And now he's into kayak fishing and tournaments and whatnot. And
Casey's a good cat. Yeah, we went ice fishing a couple years ago, and then we went out. I was on my aluminum kayak. He was in his kayak, but yeah, he's a really good cat. That's funny.
Yeah, he was over here making baits just last night.
Dude, it's a small world. A small fishing world.
If you don't have any plans, we're meeting here at the bait cave at 7:30 in the morning. And Casey, my friend Seth, and Marling. So,
are y'all going fishing or making baits?
We're going fishing.
Ooh, we'll have to talk afterwards. We'll talk baits now. We'll talk after.
Yeah, when you start talking about that reel stuff, I don't understand. I just have some reels.
Dude, nothing wrong with that. I'm a gear nerd. That's like when you start talking about all the soft plastic making techniques, I'm like, I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about.
Yeah, man.
So Jesse, so that's interesting. You're digging the spinning reels more than their bait casters. The bait casters have a little bit different feel, but I think Daiwa is probably my favorite spinning reel, especially in like the budget. Like $50-ish Daiwa spinning reel, in my opinion, is hard to beat. Like the Regal or the, what is it, Laguna? We can jump back over and look at some lures. But But if we go to those just real quick, I think for the money, those are probably my favorite spinning reels right now. So that would be, yeah, the Laguna, $40. Of course, the Fuego graded $100, but I mean, I love that Laguna or the RG, the Regal, $60. Let's see, what else do we have? I'm gonna go through just to make sure we don't have any other questions. People talking about their orders.
Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at you weird. I'm just trying to get my phone plugged in.
Okay, well, we jumped ahead. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything too crazy. All right, I skipped to current time. Let me know. Ooh, whoops. Jermaine said, where'd we go? Nick, what technique's been working for you? So you said the wake bait.
This morning, a wake bait and a glide bait from Co-Briggers was on fire.
Anything else? Have you been throwing like any grubs or worms or like anything else been working?
No, I haven't been fishing much. Marling was hooking up really good on the new Epic Bait Molds aggro.
I don't know what that is.
It's the multi-jointed new open pour bait that Epic Bait Molds came out with.
Okay. I think he's gonna go get us one.
Here's his silicone mold.
Oh, I have seen those. Yeah, check out the video Marling did on that. So he worked with Epic to make the mold where anybody can get it now.
Yeah, yep. And
That's
now it's
cool as
aluminum.
hell.
And yeah, he hooked up quite a few. And they weren't sorry to say this, they weren't Debo dinks. The fish that ate that bait was like 2-3 pounders.
Good for him. Yeah, I don't claim to be the best Iowa angler. So yeah, you don't have to say sorry when people aren't catching Debo dinks. That's okay. Okay, let's jump back over to baits here real quick. Thank you, Nick, for the other Nick, Fat Boy Fishing, for letting me know I am not sharing. There we go.
Nick, Fat Boy Fishing, you are the man.
Yeah, you know Nick.
I love that guy.
He is a great dude. Good supporter. Okay, so let's get back into some sales here. So I think on clearance stuff, those were the reels. Oh my gosh, how far are we in? 32 minutes, and I've only got through reels. I haven't looked at rods lately in here, to be honest. I do like the Veritas rods as long as they are not the micro guide. Stay away from the micro guide ones. They're kind of junk, but the regular ones are good. Oh, the Tatula XTs. I can't believe they're getting rid of these. This one, and then there's also the crankbait version. They had it before. Maybe not. Oh, I would definitely recommend that one. I have used that one for a few years, both spinning and casting. Love those. As far as baits and stuff, let's look at some of the, because I think they had like some new stuff on here. Oh, this is what we should have went to, the sale page. Okay. Oh, the Vendetta's a solid rod. People ask me about a good cheap frogging rod. Do they have the 7.4 heavy still? They don't. Damn. Well, there was a 7.4 heavy that I used for frogging. I would stay away from the 2-piece. Oh, these are all spinning. Never mind. Casting rods, Veritas, Tatula. Okay, so baits. Oh, I did see they had jackhammers on sale. I have been throwing the jackhammer more this year. I think $11 is what you'll be getting these for now after discount. Yeah, $11.54. So still not the cheapest bait, but they are definitely fish catchers. What else? I do like the Picasso Aaron Martin's chatterbait, vibrating jig, whatever you want to call it. This is the weedless one. So it's like the cross-eyes chatterbait. It's got those wire deals there that help protect the hook. So for my fellow bank anglers out there, that's a good pick. They have some cool colors too. The rodent is something I've never got on. Nick, how about you? Do you, like, when you're using a flipping bait, do you prefer like a beaver style flipping bait or like a craw flipping bait with like little kicky feet?
I use the Drax.
Oh, yeah, it looks like the Pit Boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I use that and just flip that, and then Do It. Do It has an absolutely stellar, the best crawl mold on the market. I don't care. I'll argue with you up and down. I just get it open.
Oh, yeah. Is it the iCraw?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
That is the most realistic, best craw that I've ever seen.
I do like those. Yeah, Fish Daddy brought up a good point. Yeah, Arthur, I think he asked if you had like a headset or anything. He said there's echo apparently when we're talking. I think Nick was trying to before and he couldn't hear us. Cause yeah, I get the echo when I talk. And I think it's probably like the volume. Can you hear me now when I talk? I think he's having.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't want to mess up anybody's experience.
Well, can you hear me through your headset?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's not working then. That's all right. Okay, it's okay. I mean, I don't know how bad it is. Let me know, everybody, if it's bad. I can hear the echo in mine when I'm talking. It's like there's two of me talking. So if it's that bad, we could always have Nick on another night and talk bait making.
Yeah.
If it's crazy. Nick, Ephraim asked a question. Do you make your own tubes?
I do. I actually have a video out, the bait cave, where I.
Those are cool. Is that like a 4-inch flipping tube? That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I want to make it big.
And it is super simple. Simple to do.
Do those have I forget what they call it. Is it the sprue they call them in those? Where you just roll the tentacles down, like it shoots in the sprue, then you just roll the tentacles out, all the little fingers.
This is nothing more than like a pencil.
Yep.
That dip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's no mold.
So do you cut the tails, like the little finger things, yourself?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still getting used to my new shop.
That's right. Yeah, dude. Looks sick. We're gonna have to have you on for a night and talk all bait making for a night. Me and you part.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a tube. I got it from Bass Tackle, I think. It's called a tube cutter. It's just a whole bunch of razor blades in a row.
Oh, that's how they used to do them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was up at Do It, and for the first time ever making a tube, so they've got some with like a sprue in it. So after you shoot it, like you just roll them out of there, which is kind of cool. Either way works. I suppose you can probably do some crazy custom stuff when you cut your own, your own tail designs and stuff.
Yeah.
I had never made one before, so. Let's see. Eliza says the Zoom Z-Craw. The Zoom Z-Craw is definitely a forgotten bait. That's what that Zoom Z-Craw worm that I was telling y'all about is kind of like a mix of the Z-Craw mixed with like a worm, like a fat trick worm type deal. I do like those.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to mute Nick while he's out. That way we don't get the echo. We're going to jump back over and talk some baits. Am I sharing? I'm not. This is why I need Randizzle here to keep me on my toes. Randizzle. Damn it. Hopefully he's not blinking twice in some basement asking for our help right now. Let's see. Any other cool things on sale? I'm not a fan of those craws. I've not used any of the. Oh, these I have. Huge fan of this is a popper. Damn, those are only $6 right now. The one with the little red dots is what I use. This one, Blue Candy. Big fan. Looks like a bleeding shad. So those would be what? $6.10 or $5.90 now? $5.76. Yeah. Huge fan of those. Definitely recommend. It's like the old, Rebel Pop R. This is the P71. It's a little bigger. Actually, funny enough, I got two of them, and this was the other one that I had. There's an all silver one right there. Oh, Nick's back. Hold on. Had you muted while you were gone while I was talking.
Yeah. I'm just going to show you this, and then I have to run in the house for a little bit.
Okay.
But, that is my tube cutter.
Hold on, let me make you big. Oh, cool. Ooh, that looks a diabolical little deal. That's pretty sweet.
A bunch of razor blades.
Cool. Okay. Well, no worries. Thanks for jumping in, man. Yeah, let's plan one. If y'all would like to see me and Nick do a live bait making, not necessarily making baits, Nick probably can and show you techniques and stuff. I can't because
Make some bait.
Make some baits. All right. Yeah, we'll plan that. We'll have a bait making bonanza.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Well, good seeing you, my friend. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, and if you want to fish in the morning, text me when you're done with
this. After.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, brother. Rock it out. See you, dude.
All right. Thanks, guys. Later. Appreciate you.
See you, dude. Yeah, we can have Arthur in too. Dude, we can have me, you, Rundle. That'd be fun as hell. A bait off. Joshua. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll have a bait off between me, Arthur, Rundle. Maybe we can get somebody else. Actually, we could get Corbiger. Damn it, I keep saying his name wrong. I worked with a Corbinger, and that's all it ever is. Yeah, we could see if we could get Mr. Marling on. Bring on the bait making. Okay, we can do that. We'll get that one planned. That'll be a fun one. Let's see. What else do we have planned for this one though? Talking bait. Sorry, we've kind of been all over. 41 minutes in. We'll probably go an hour and a half, so we can talk fishing. Cobrigger. I keep saying Corbinger. Luckily, he's not on. I'll see if I can find one because this dude, he has kind of two. I'll share these real quick just while I'm thinking about it. We'll see. Maybe we can get him on. This is my super knocking rods over. about knocked my microphone off. Y'all don't ever watch my live for like high production value, real professional guy, do ya? Because I'm none of those things. I just like to fish and have fun. Do I have it in here? I wanted to show it real quick because he does too. Yeah, here's one of them. The other one's actually over there because I was trying to figure out what green he used. I could just ask him, text him, but he has two kind of like, what would you say? What's the word I'm looking for? Like your specialty, like two specialty colors. But I've actually had him cut me some of these stencils. He cuts stencils too. That's his smallmouth pattern that he does an absolute freaking killer job on. He's another bait painter. And then he does like a pumpkin seed. I don't know what the hell you'd call it. Pumpkin seed / like green sunfish. That's a sick pattern too. But yeah, look him up. He's a good dude. Maybe we'll see if we can get him on. Good cat. And another Iowa guy. How funny is that? All of us are Iowa folks. Oh my gosh. Look at Jim's in here. Jim, if you want to jump on and talk tackle, I don't know what you're doing or if you just got home. You're welcome to jump in. We're talking tackle warehouse sales. The Bandito bug. Actually, Spencer, we always have to have our weekend question about Guggen baits. Debo, do you love or hate Guggens? Are they stupid? Are they cool? Like every time I say, some of their stuff is neat. Some of their stuff I think is stupid. But I'm going to actually go to the Bandito bug, and it doesn't necessarily have to be. Actually, it's not going to be the Bandito bug because I didn't pick any of those up. But the Missile Baits Destroyer, while I'm thinking about it, this is on sale, and this is a killer little bait. Kind of a spinoff of like a brush hog / baby brush hog meets like beaver bait. So it's got the two like curly tails here, like a little grub on back. Ton of action. It's like the man bear pig too in the Reaction Innovations if you like those. A little bit something different to dry. It's got the ridges here that help move water, but that GP3 is a really good color here. Bruiser and Bruiser Flash. Bruiser's just your black and blue, and then the Flash has like silver bluish glitter in it. Candy Bomb is a good one. And I know they have, there it is, Superbug, which is like the black and blue and then green pumpkin. Another one of my favorites. So highly recommend those. Actually, I really like the Missile Baits, most all of their lineup. They've got some really cool stuff. But what I was going to say about Guggen stuff, because like every time I get asked the question, I think a lot of people are just jealous of them. Young kids. I know I kind of am. Hell, I wish I was that young with all the money they got. But I think that's the deal with a lot of people. They're just like, they're kind of jealous of them. I don't know. I don't know. They do some kind of crazy videos that I personally don't care about, like stupid challenge things. But they have some other cool videos out there and some kind of cool lures. So the Bandito bug, I actually haven't used them. I just got a couple packs. And this green pumpkin purple color, I think they knocked out of the park. It's hard to find like two-tone colors like this. I am sharing, right? Okay. It's hard to find two-tone colors like this, like a June bug green pumpkin or like a black and blue green pumpkin. Tramp Stamp and Reaction Innovation, Super Bug and Missile Baits. You know, there's a few out there, but I think this one is, if you're a purple fan, they killed it. So not those that I was going to pick up, but what I was looking at for this order is those new. And actually, funny enough, Jim is in here. Jim, I haven't watched your video on that, your review of them, but I'm a big fan of cuttail worms. Cuttail worms, swimming a worm as an old dude. Oh, did I miss him? Is an old dude technique that I don't think a lot of people, I guess, know about and or really care to use because it's not that flashy and cool. Did I skip it? It's that new worm with the big tail. Oh, there it is. Cripes, it was right at the beginning. But I saw this one they had in the green pumpkin purple, which is freaking sick. Love it. So this is a cuttail worm. So it'd be like the Rage Cutter worm. Back in the day, Man's had one. I think it was Man's, maybe it was Culprit, but it was just a little cuttail worm like that, and you swim it. You just use a little light Texas rig weight on the front of it. You could even use like a belly weighted hook, honestly. You just throw it out, you can let it sink, and you just reel it back to you, swimming a worm. It's a big thing in Florida, but a lot of the old dudes do it around here in the Midwest. So I personally like that one. I think it looks cool. They've got good colors. I haven't used it yet, so I can't necessarily promote it and say, yeah, this worm is awesome. But Jim, if you let us know if you liked it or not. I know you did a review. I haven't got to watch that one yet, but okay, he's here for the Antares DC giveaway. So okay, y'all might poop your pants. I'm not even gonna get it. There may be an Antares or Antares DC in my house from one of my local dealer good people that hooked me up for basically nothing. Again, good people that follow my channel. I appreciate it too damn much. Let's see. Everybody's saying, hey, TJ, yeah, make sure you go follow TJ Tackle Junkie. Good cat. Oh, he said just walked in or otherwise he would. Yeah, no worries, Jim. Do your thing. Yeah, so minus the curse word in there, sister, I completely agree with you. You know, their stuff, just like a lot of the other baits out there, some of them might not work the best. I'm sorry, flip that around. Some of them might work really well, but might not hold up the best. And it's, you know, it's just a composition. Like some baits are softer, they're going to have a different action, and they're not going to hold up as well. So sometimes you have to um, cut durability for action. Sometimes some people say it doesn't matter. I want the most durable bait because I don't want to spend a bunch of money. There's other people that will go to the exact opposite and say, I only care about action. If it acts better and I only get one fish on every single time, I'm fine with that. I'm kind of in the middle. I kind of like to find the stuff that works well, but I don't have to, you know, switch out after every other one. But that's just me. I don't know. Michael said Dizzle isn't on, so no Guggen talking. Yeah, I know. It's no fun when he's not on. Let's see. Not a Guggen fan, but there's no denying the Bandito bug just catch fish. Yeah, exactly, dude. Creek and Trails, I completely agree. I'm not on the bandwagon of everything I use has to be Guggen, but yeah, they've got some cool stuff. Yes, Matt. Actually, I have a number of these in my cart too. They're kind of pricey, but I notice you get quite a few. Whoops, I am sharing. Okay. You get quite a few. So speaking of missile baits, and I'm not sponsored by missile baits. This isn't a what's the old things I used to have on TV? Infomercial. This isn't a missile baits infomercial. But we're going back to them because I did see they partnered up with Robo Worm to make some pretty sick. I mean, really, you could use it a number of different ways, but they call it the Magic Worm. You get a 14 pack, so they're $11. They're a little pricey, but they're laminate worms, so it's not like just a one color worm. 6-inch, you get 14 in there, so it says somewhere in here, I'm pretty sure they partnered up, yeah, with Robo Worm. So dreamed up in the Missile Bait Workshop, hand poured by the legendary team Robo Worm. So I think they use like an assist pour So I don't think they do everything hand pouring. It's like a machine does, like the layers form or something, but it's still that hand poured technique look. So that's why they're a little bit more, but they're really, really neat looking worms. Kind of like the 48, which again, here I am tooting their horn, was one of my actual favorite wacky rigs last year, the year before. But these worms look pretty sick. This Junebug Dream had that one in my cart. John's Juice, which looks like a Tequila Sunrise, had that one in. And then there's I thought there was a green pumpkin with like, oh, Blueback Secret, kind of like a bluegill look. This green pumpkin money is kind of cool too. Yeah, pretty cool. I definitely would like to try some of those. Now, are they going to be any better than a trick worm or anything like that? I don't know. But they look cool and I like trying new stuff, so I'll give it a go. So back to clearance. Did I get through the rest of the clearance stuff they had on here? We went through reels, talked briefly about rods, some lures that they have. I've not tried the Ned Ocho. I got a couple packs. Walmart had them super cheap in these like little plastic things you could get. I think like a 6-pack. You got a couple Ned heads. I think I had them tied on one day. I don't think I caught anything, but let's see. Okay, so as far as new, I'm gonna have a review on this. I got my hands on this last year and been using it. I think this is, as an all-around reel, this is kind of one of the reels that they have that flies under the radar. So for example, some of the LURES stuff I question because I don't understand like their pricing on stuff. Some of the LURES reels I love, some of them I'm like, I'm not real sure what they were doing with it. This is one that I really, really like. So 179 bucks. I think they do the 15% off on these too now, right? So that'd be what? 17, 8, 20, like 25 bucks off ish. Yeah, so 152. 150 bucks. Awesome reel. Now, so for example, I like that one at 179. Then you look at the Crush, which is an all graphite reel, pretty much the same thing at 169. So I don't know if it's like the colors or if they just, the wing grip deal, handles. I don't know. This reel was kind of It's an all right reel, but I don't know why it's $170 reel. Like I question that. The LURES LFS, I would say top 2, 3 favorite $100 reel. So I don't know. LURES kind of comes and goes in waves, it seems like. But I do like that reel, and I will have a review of it soon. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just an easy to use reel, comfortable. Anything else that's new? I did have a couple of these in the cart too. These remind me like the Hog Farmer Spunk Shad. They have a Killer G color that looks really good, like a Gobi-ish. I'm assuming is what the G stands for. That gold, purple, black with like a green pumpkin watermelon color. I think 3.5 inch and 4 inch. Oh, they come 3.5, 4.5, and 5.5. So I was thinking some 4.5 for some chatterbait trailers because I like a fluke. But the bad thing about a fluke is, and I don't think I have any. The bad thing about a fluke is once you tear the head off the fluke, it's got that cut in the belly. Once you tear the head off to make it like a little bit shorter, it rips really easy on a chatterbait. So I love the look of a fluke, but I think this would kind of solve that issue. I've got a couple deals of the Spunk Shad from Hog Farmer, but I haven't got to fish them yet. But how the body is bigger up here, you could even cut this down a little bit if you wanted one of these to be shorter, and fish that on a chatterbait with no problem with that body being thicker up here. So, and then if you watch my recent video, actually that was my last video on the Lake Fork, I think they call it Magic Grub or Magic Slug. Lake Fork tackle, kind of a sneaky little trailer that looks, I think, absolutely dynamite on a chatterbait. That's what one of these is. So this body is thicker. I don't know that I can't flip but this top part's thicker like a craw type deal. And then these bodies are segmented. So these little tiny pieces of plastic are super thin. So it's like a Zaco essentially, but without the paddle tail. It's just this straight kind of pintail. Really neat, really natural look to it. So those are kind of a hidden. And I noticed after I did my video, the pearl sold out. Now, I'm not saying it was me that sold them all out, but I mean, coincidence? I don't know. But I do like those. Okay, what do we have for questions? I've ignored those for a little bit. Let's try to get back. Okay. Nick says, what 200 size reel, sub $150 for swim baits would you recommend? Nothing crazy, under 3 ounces. So for swim baits under 3 ounces, $150. I would say if you can find a Tatula 200, you're not going to need a ton of line because you're not using a super huge lure. So you won't need crazy thick line. The 150, honestly, you could probably get away with as well. Nick, I think you have a 150, right? You might have a 200 too. The thing with Daiwa bait casters, I forget who that was that said they don't necessarily like the Daiwa bait casters as much. The Daiwa frames are a little bit longer. So if you're used to like a real small, low profile frame like LURES, that's one thing I think LURES does really good is their reels just overall are really good at palming. Like, if you're flipping and pitching with a reel, I like kind of that compact, smaller size where I can get a really good grip on it. You notice the side plate side here, the non-handle side plate is real small. So when you're grabbing that, it's real easy to grab. The Daiwa reels are just a little bit longer. And instead of this coming to a point where you can wrap your finger, it's almost more of like a rectangle. I'll grab one here and show you. Kind of hard to explain. If I can find one, that's not one. Do I have one close? Actually, I think it's back here. I tried to clean up a little bit. Super organized, Debo. Okay, I put extra stuff back here so I can find them. And I was still looking for it. So as compared to, you'll notice the difference. So this is the Daiwa 200. This is the one I was telling Nick I really liked. But look at the difference there. Now, this is a bigger reel, so like 100-ish, 150 size, most of the LURES, compared to a 200 size. So I do understand when some people say they don't necessarily like the fit of the Daiwa in hand. When I've told you all I have pretty regular size hands, I can just barely palm a basketball. So I don't have tiny hands, but I don't have huge hands. So that's something to keep in mind. And that's why I would say if you're switching to a Daiwa or something else, try to get one in store, get your hands on it to see, because ultimately if it's not comfortable to fish, you're not going to want it in hand. So, okay, what have we missed for comments? Let me go back here. So Nick, I would say that one. Otherwise, I'm just trying to think what other ones I've been using. I'm not the swim bait aficionado. If Matthew's in here, he's another good one to talk to. Gosh, I don't know offhand. Actually, the LURES Super Duty, now that I'm talking about LURES, I think I got one of those on sale. Actually, it might have been American Legacy, a used one. But it has the aluminum frame and aluminum handle side plate, which most LURES do not, which I also find weird. Besides that one, there's another bigger, like 300 size reel they do. And then that really expensive one, the black and purple one, the, what is that called? The Pro TI. That one has an aluminum frame and handle. But most of the other LURES do not have an aluminum handle side plate. So when I was talking about big swim baits and stuff, and that's the reason a lot of guys like the Daiwas, like the 150s, most of the older Tatulas and stuff have them too, but they have an aluminum handle side plate, which means this thing is like rock solid. Like it's not going anywhere. There's no sort of like give or torque or flex to it. So if you catch a big fish, now listen, I'm not the big fish guy, but I have broke reels, catching 2 and 3 pounders just when they get out of alignment. It's not I'm a brute, a Hulk or anything. It's just you get a little bit of torque in there and you can torch them. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Fat Boy, Jesse. I thought it was a zillion giveaway. What time am I at? 8:35. Yeah, Jim's filling y'all full of all kinds of malarkey here. Don't listen to Jim. I am gonna do, if you're a member, so like Liza, Creek and Trails here, you can see they have the little membership. Members of the channel, any members of the channel, I'm going to have another member live when I get to 100 members. I'm going to be doing a special reel giveaway here soon. I have yet to figure out what I'm going to get, but it'll be something fun. Friends don't let friends buy Guggen. I let Randy buy Guggen all the time. You can't tame that wild stallion. Even if I told him not to, he would. Okay, let's see. Durability. So this was back when I was talking about Guggen stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kyle. Good catch on that. Open pour, not hand poured. Yeah. Because I think when I looked at the RoboWorm stuff, there was a cool thing about like the RoboWorm shop. I think it was an Aaron Martin's thing I was watching where he was talking about design and stuff. But yeah, I think they call it like machine assist open pour, as opposed to hand pour, like Kyle pointed out. So they have like a machine that does that where the open pour instead of injecting it. So if you all have ever watched me like shoot a Cinco or anybody shoot a Cinco, they have the aluminum mold. They take like a big syringe thing out and shoot it in the mold, and then you pop the mold open and you've got one of these. So those open molds where it's like an open cavity, there's no top to it. The machine can pour those different colors in there, and that's what gives you like the 2, 3, 4 different colors, like laminate lines in there. So some people think that makes a big difference. Some people say it's frog fur, as Mr. Bass would say. Again, it comes down to confidence. If you're more confident in the lure, you're going to catch more fish. Okay. I love frogfish. See, I see some frog fishing talking here. What happened to frog fishing? I do like frog fishing. Congrats on frogfish. Somebody's catching some frogfish. Oh, Rich says he caught a decent frogfish today. Gonna try for a frog bite tomorrow. Mr. Randall Pink Floyd, absolutely, yeah. He buys vintage because they're all made in the USA. It's hard to find now, man. It's hard to find. Yeah, some of those old school lures are cool just because they're old and neat. Hey, Kuda's in here. What's up, Kuda? Type in Brian Schmidt baits, scroll down and look at the spinner baits. Okay, let's see. What's Brian Schmidt baits have? He's not the guy that I bought the ice fishing stuff from, is it? Is that Brian? That might be Brian's custom baits. I don't remember. Hold on. Okay, Brian Schmidt baits. Is it under Brian Schmidt if we go to brands? Brian Schmidt baits. There it is. Oh, I have seen these. Actually, I was looking at those. Those things are pretty sick. Ned Dread Finesse. I think actually we talked about that on your show. Either your live or my live. We brought these up. Yeah, it's like a little Ned rig with a little bit of like marabou hair and some rubber. Those things are pretty sick. Or silicone. I don't know. It's what kind of skirting it is, but those are sick if you want a different look. Okay, so the spinner baits. Oh, wow. So are those like hair? Those are pretty. Hand-tied, natural and synthetic UV flash materials. Produces realistic flowing movement. Produces a more realistic flowing movement than traditional silicone. Those are neat. Yeah, hair definitely has a different look. When I was up in Minnesota, one of the Ned rigs I was fishing, I don't think they're on here. I think I checked Tackle Warehouse. Yeah, those are cool, Kuda. Good shout out. I think rabbit baits is what they were called, but it was like this little Ned bait with the butt of it had like, yeah, they're not on here. I think I looked. I think you have to like go to their website or they're on the Monster Bass website, but it's like a little Ned rig worm with like marabou hair stuff sticking out the butt of it. So when it sits, it just kind of like flows in the water. Really neat look. And actually, I caught my biggest fish the whole trip on the Ned rig. Funny enough, the Burley guys would be proud of me. Okay, let's jump back to comments and then get into some more lures. We're at an hour, probably go for about an hour and a half talking lures. If y'all have crazy questions, lure recommendations, I will try to help you. I am no pro. Ephraim, what do I think of the Mega Bass Sleeper Gill? Where there's a reason you haven't seen me post any pictures of it. I personally was not a fan of the Dark Sleeper. And from what I've seen of people talking about the Sleeper Gill, I feel like it's kind of a flop. Actually, I was listening to Andrew, I think that's his first name, right? Andrew Hayes, Tackle Talk podcast. After going up to Minnesota, I've kind of been hooked on listening to his stuff in off time and working. But he did a review on it that I thought was really, really interesting. I would say check that out. I know Punch Fishing. Actually, that's the other guy I was trying to think of, unless I said it. He has an Omnia code as well. But Punch did a review on it, and I feel like they were if I remember right. And somebody else did a review that liked it, I think. So it's kind of been across the board. My big thing is like they're not very weedless. So from a bank angler perspective, I feel like there's just so many better choices. From a boat, I think they would work better, but okay, what else do we got? Oh, we got some donations popping in. Holy cow. Okay, what do we got going on here? First couple donations of the night. I never ask for donations, but I always appreciate the heck out of you all that donate. Not necessary at all, but much, much, much appreciated. Who else would like to browse my arsenal? Maybe that's what I'll do for maybe when I reach 1 million subscribers, which should be in like 15 years. I'll be old and not fishing anymore, and people can just come and pick stuff and take it home as I get rid of my collection. Yeah, I don't know if it was the Super Duty. I think it was the Super Duty. Was the one that I was using for lighter swim baits. It's the one that has the aluminum frame and handle. Jermaine, Debo, you may have more tackle than Jim. He's just organized. You got a lot. No, dude, Jim, trust me. If you all seen pictures and videos that he sends, he'll text me stuff. He's like, hey, look at this reel I got. And in the background, there's like 47 boxes of lures. There's a reason he's called the tackle junkie. Fuego LT is an awesome spinning reel, Mr. Pedraza. Huge fan of it. 99 bucks. You can often find it on sale. Big fan. I like it. I like it a lot. Critical Gravy. Nick was actually in here earlier. So I was talking to Nick on his, and I couldn't hear him because my Bluetooth ones were shot. So you're right. Thanks. I don't need to hear anything now. Critical Gravy pointing out the obvious. Thank you, my friend. Oh yeah. So Super Duty. Okay, see, I think it is the Super Duty, is the one that has the aluminum handle and side plate. Hey, John, took a dive into cleaning and lubing my bait casters. Your videos helped a ton. Awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear that. Love me some real cleaning and taking apart and messing with. Douglas. People talking to Douglas. David, Mr. Rauschenbach. 20 bucks towards the tackle warehouse order. My friend, I appreciate that a ton. Too nice of you. We will definitely get an order going here. I was going to try to do it on live and put everything in the cart, but we're already an hour 7 in. I'll do it afterwards. I'll make an order, then I'll do an unboxing. Oh yeah, dude, the hookup is a place that I have shopped at. Really good service. I've liked their stuff, and I don't think about them enough, honestly, to leave their stuff. But yeah, so thanks, Matthew. He says they have a sale going up now too. It must be like the 15%. Yeah, check out them. They're in Arizona, is it? I don't remember. I got it wrong the first time and people were laughing at me. I don't remember where they are, but anyway, they do have some good stuff. Hey, there's Mr. Philip Cheek in here. Yeah, and Mr. Philip Cheek, he works with the folks over at, is it Sportsman's Outfitters? Is actually another one. They have good deals on bait casters and stuff. I shopped over there a long time ago. They used to have some like ridiculous bait caster sales on like newer stuff. So I would say check them out too. I don't know if they've still have a lot of the same bait caster deals, but oh, it's fox hair, Endstone said, for the rabid baits. Fox hair on it. Oh, that's like the old, what was the old, was it Blue Fox? Was the old, I think it was Blue Fox. They made like spinners. A lot of their spinners had that fox fur hair stuff on them. Goodbye. Let's see. Late to the show. Trevor says, late to the show, spending time with my youngest daughter. Just tucked her in. Dude, that's my favorite time of night is when I go read with my daughters. Love it. I love just hanging out, reading, chilling. Love kiddo time. Oh, Eric. Okay, Eric with another $20 bomb. Thank you, dude. You guys are too kind. Any jerk baits you'd recommend for bank fishing? Tried the Ima Flit and liked it. Eric, that would definitely be one of my choices. The Ima Flit is high up on my list as well. I have liked the 6 Sense Provoke, whatever the shallow diver one is, because I think they have a deeper diver now. So it's like probably, I'm not even going to guess what it's called. I was going to say Provoke Plus, but I have no clue. I was just making that up. Provoke. Oh, see, I'm glad I the old double D. So the 106 is the one I use. That's like, I think 4 to 6 feet diving depth, I want to say. Doesn't say, but yeah, I would say it gets down to about 4 foot. You'll be able to get it down a little bit more, depending on how light a line you go to. But it says a slow sink, which is kind of interesting. It's going to depend on the water, but yeah, it's one that suspends perfectly for me in colder water. Big fan of it. I like it. And the 4K shad is the one I've had the most luck on, which is, oh, do they not make that color anymore? What? Oh, what the heck? Yeah, 4K shad. I actually got them on. Maybe there's only certain colors they sell on. The French bone would be a good one, just a white like that. Or this like Ghost Minnow's another one that I liked. That's interesting. They don't have the 4K shad here. That's the one I've had the most luck on. I bought it on the Sixth Sense website. Actually, that's another one. I would say if you're a big fan of Sixth Sense stuff, check out their website because they've had like I don't remember what it is, 4th of July crazy gas prices sale or whatever the hell they called it, with a bunch of sales. So I'd say check them out. That's really weird. I don't know why they don't have, might be exclusive to their website. Here, let's see if the Quake has it. But it's like, yeah, right there. That's the color I've liked the most around here. It's just like a basic shad kind of pattern, but I don't know. So I like that one. I like the Provoke. I like the Flit. What else have I had luck on? Otherwise, like the Rapala Husky Jerks, used to be able to find those on sale all the time. Those are, I probably would say, my biggest three that I've used. Trying to think, I would say those. Are there any other? I'm just trying to think. I feel like there's one other brand that I like. Baits, hard baits. I hope I'm sharing. Okay, that would have been embarrassing if I wasn't sharing this whole time. Jerk baits. Oh, so the Mega Bass. I just recently got Mega Bass jerk baits because of awesome subscribe fishing friends sent some in. But I know, I mean, they're pricey. They're like 20 something bucks. The Mega Bass Vision 110, but I can't stomach losing those from the bank. So I tend to go with the more budget friendly options. I feel like there's one more. I'm not going to spend a ton of time looking. Oh, the Pointer Lucky Craft. Now, again, those are pretty expensive normally, but it's the one Lucky Craft that has kind of the oblong body, that I got a bunch of on sale. I don't even know which one it was, but I would say look for those on sale because yeah, they're like 15 bucks a piece. 10 bucks. I don't remember which one it was. Lucky Craft Pointer SP, I want to say. Was it those? I don't know. But anywho, give those a try, man. Hope that helps, Eric. And thank you very much for the donation. Thank you, both you. Much, much, much appreciated. Okay, let's see. What else do we have for questions? Need to catch up on Tackle Talk. Jermaine, Eric, Strike Kings, reasonably priced Walmart sells. Oh, yeah, actually, I've got a couple of the old Strike Kings. I didn't like them as much. I think the ones I had were floating. And floating is kind of a niche thing for me. Usually when it comes to like floating jerkbait time, like when the grass is just coming up, I tend to go to a lipless and fish the lipless over it fast and rip it through the tops of it. But a floating jerkbait, actually, when I was up in Minnesota, that'll be one of the other videos. I was throwing like a shallow diving jerkbait, like 2 foot is all it went to, and then it would float up. And I was fishing it on the edges of grass and lily pads, and that was actually my favorite lure that I fished up there the whole time. I caught probably, I don't know, 30 fish that day. Now, mind you, a lot of them were like little 1-pounders, but I mean, it was awesome watching them come out. I would have fish jumping at it and flashing, hitting it, and then coming back again. It was a lot of fun. So, in those times, and the water was like, gosh, what were water temps up there? I don't even remember. But yeah, don't put the jerkbait down just because it's not, early suspended jerkbait season. A floating jerkbait like that can kick butt. Speaking of, actually, here's another good guy to talk to. This guy fishes jerkbaits from the bank a ton. So I would say look at his suggestions right there. Yeah, the shad wrap. Actually, funny enough that you say that. I was just looking at one of these because I did have a good day in the past with one of those. You have to look. The thing I like about the Rapalas is they put it on the bottom. So like the Husky Jerks, and if I can get this to focus, The hell's the deal with my webcam? Why sometimes will it focus and sometimes it won't? Did Paul switch out his webcam with mine? There we go. Shad wraps. So you can see this one's a slow rising. Some of them are like slow sinking. It'll say on there, but yeah, one like this that's like a slow rising, and it's a cool, small profile. So it's not getting. You can see the lip there. It's not getting crazy deep. You can kind of fish it over the edges as a bank angler, and it's not getting down, 10 feet and getting stuck. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. Fishing a jerkbait from the bank, it needs to either, depending on what you're doing, be able to float or not dive down very deep. Otherwise, you're just going to be getting stuck all the time. Okay, what else do we have in here? Daiwa BG is pretty dope for 120. Yeah, I've actually never used the BG, Jesse. I've heard a lot of people say it's a really, really good reel, but oh yeah, cooler. That's because Nick is not in here. So before, when he was talking, he just had me on his audio was just going through his speakers. He didn't have a headset on, so that was the audio deal. We're gonna get Nick on again though. We're gonna have a bait makers live. Me, Arthur, him, Marling if he wants to join, Koberger, whoever we can get on that stream. That should be fun, and just pick brains about bait making and different plastics, which ones are worth the money, which ones maybe not, which molds, that kind of stuff. Jude became a member. Jude, thank you very much, Mr. Sellner. I appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate all the members. Adam, 100 to 150 frog and reel. So at minimum, I'm glad that you said 100 to 150. That price range is like perfect for picking up one, because I would at least say minimum of $100-ish for an aluminum frame. So something like the LURES LFS I used for 3 years as my frog and reel. The Revo X, both of those have aluminum frames. As you go up in price a little bit, some of them, which I would say on the high end, again, if you like Daiwa, I don't know if you don't like Daiwa, you probably won't like the 150, but man, the 150 I feel like is one of those reels that I've put a lot more time in. That was the one I did on the spinnerbait. I fished in a couple chatterbait videos I've got on that TFO glass chatterbait rod. But the 150 is just, whipping lures into the wind with it. It's the mag force brakes on those are just, I think it's Daiwa makes some of the best reels all around. I've kind of become a little bit of a Daiwa fanboy, but I still use a little bit of everything. But if I could have just an Arsenal's, these went up in price. I think these used to be $150, 160 now, but you will get the 15% off discount. It won't show when you put it in the cart. For anybody that's just joining now, if you've never shopped, they've only got the 8. 7.3, only the 5.5. Never mind, unless you're a lefty. They're out of the 6.3 and 7.3. I would say look at Sportsman's Outfitters. Philip, I don't know, Philip, if you've seen those over there. I know they used to have them on sale. Or check out like Omnia or American Legacy. They both have good sales going on now. Look for one of these. But the big thing with this is once you step up is you get an aluminum frame and aluminum handle side plate. So it really just depends how deep you're frogging, like how thick and gross of stuff. If you're fishing kind of sparse grass and you never really get in crazy heavy, gnarly, pads and stuff, I would say just an aluminum frame reel, like $100 LURES LFS, something like that. But if you're fishing really gnarly stuff, I know guys in Florida and stuff that will swear by aluminum frame and an aluminum handle side plate. So they definitely are more sturdy. You can tell just like getting it in hand. And I like a little bit bigger handles. Those are the Gomexus knobs for frogging. I think they are just absolutely awesome because you can hit them hard. You can winch them. You've got a lot of room. I think these are the 100 millimeter. But I'm a big fan of the Daiwa. Depps has 15% off. Fish in the Southeast says. Yeah, I haven't got into a ton of the Depps stuff, but maybe he was talking about the hookup. The hookup tackle does a lot of JDM stuff, especially if they're running sales now. Oh yeah, Matthew said, "LOL, it's Arizona." I don't remember where I said before, but people were making fun of me. I think I might have said, I don't know. It was way off. I'm like, yeah, I think they're in blah blah blah. People are like, no, you're an idiot. They're in Arizona. Okay, what else do we got? And it just jumped ahead again. I hate it when it does this. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, Peoria by Phoenix. Fish in Southeast. Okay. Brunswick. Old School Rapallo Minnows. Yep. Hogwalla is a great Sixth Sense color. I don't actually have any in the Hogwalla color. Happy 4th, everyone. Happy 4th to you, Mr. Sully. Ned Cinco. I don't know what question that was. Ned Cinco. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Gosh, I completely forgot about that one, Jermaine. The Berkeley Stunna. Whoever that was that asked about the jerk baits. Sorry, I forgot if that was that Eric? It was Eric. Berkeley Stunna is another good one. I really like that one a lot. And that the first one I got, I noticed the first one seemed to be a little bit heavier because the first time I fished it, it sunk way quicker than I liked. But I had really good luck with one of those this year. Actually, I had a couple good days with it, with the Berkeley Stunna. But it's a slow sink. So you have to keep that in mind if you're fishing it from the bank. Okay, you can find Lucky Craft Ollies. Yeah, I don't have any Ollies around here, Michael. Everybody asks me if I go hit up their sale bin. Apparently they have like good clearance stuff. We don't have any here in Iowa. I think it's more of a southern thing. Is that right? Okay, let's jump back over to some tackle here. I think I got through all the clearance stuff. I want to say there was one other thing in the clearance because you get the 15% off the clearance stuff. When I was looking through here earlier, was it soft plastics? I don't remember those. Oh, it's cream lures, the flip-flop worm. What the hell is this thing? I've never seen this. This is not what I was thinking of. It's got like 2 little frog feet on it. That might be interesting on a on a chatterbait. Never seen those. Cream lures still around Mountain. They're one of the OGs. Man, I feel like there was something I was looking at that was on clearance, and I was like, I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of those. Okay, one, I don't know if they still have them. I ordered a bunch. If y'all want a secret, really, really good color that I haven't been able to find in forever, of the Strike King Rage Craw. And I don't know if the MM stands for Mark Menendez. I should ask Baxter, but they have a secret color called MM. I think it's MM Moonlight. Only available in the Rage Craws. I think I bought 4 packs of these like a month ago. I just brought them out the other day. I'm like, oh, I need to go fish these. Ooh, they do still have them in. Probably my favorite color in the Rage Craw. Next to the black with the blue swirl. I think they do a really good job on the black blue swirl. Looks very, very similar to the crawdads we have around here. This one looks really blue, but it's more of like a black with like a little bit of this blue kind of swirled into it. This color is not real accurate, I'd say, of what most of them look like, because this looks like more of a blue, like sapphire blue. And then the blue craw red flake. Like, see here, I feel like that one looks like this, like that bluish sapphire. Those are blue. And I think they do a green pumpkin purple too that I like. Yeah. Green pumpkin purple swirl. And these are another one of those baits that just flat out catch fish. Like, I don't care where you're at. You can flip a Rage Craw around. And it's not necessarily that they're mimicking a crawfish, because I flip them around wood all the time. And, I think it's just a reaction thing where it looks good. It's got good movement. Maybe it mimics a bluegill a little bit. You can certainly drag them or put them on as a trailer to mimic crawfish, but flipping and pitching those around wood. Money. Jacko Kiara frog. Yeah, that's a good little small compact frog. I've had a few good days with them. I like the tube cutter with the handle. James, I think James must be a little behind back when we were talking about the tube stuff. Yeah, it'll be interesting to talk some more bait making stuff with those guys. They are far better at that stuff than I am. Yeah, Matthew, I've got a light over here that is shining on me, a side light. I don't know why. Sometimes it's like spot on right away, sometimes not. I don't know. I don't know if it's the webcam. Maybe I suck at lighting. I'm not sure. Gramp says he's going to go out. Yeah, I haven't checked. I think we're supposed to be clear tomorrow. I'm sleeping in though because I was up at like 3:30 to get up to go meet Dad, get the boat hooked up, and then get to the lake that we were going to. So, oh, Daniel said that reels always sold out at Sportsman's. Yeah, I think for some time, I think when I got my first Tatula 100, I think Sportsman's uh, had those for $99. Like I'm telling you, they used to have some killer reel deals, and I think they've gone up since then. I don't know how they used to do it, but yeah, they had some crazy deals that used to be out there. Look like duck feet. Yeah, or a spinnerbait worm. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Oh, Ollie's is northeast. Okay. Jesse, yeah, I agree. Those Gamexa knobs can completely change. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I mean, I've bought them myself off Amazon. They're not cheap, like $45, I think. But yeah, they definitely do. I mean, I've only got it on a few reels, but like jigs, Texas rigs, like heavy Texas rig stuff, and especially frogs, they are sweet. I like them a lot. Do I fish jerk baits and stain 3 to 5 foot visibility? Yeah, I would say like 5 foot's kind of on the end of it, and it really just depends. Like if those fish are stacked up on a point, I think they say like on average, fish can see 4 to 5 times what we can see on average, right? So I'm sure that depends, on exact water clarity, but you can figure if you're seeing the bait 3 feet down, they can see it from approximately 15 feet. So it doesn't always have to be 100% crystal clear water to catch fish on a jerkbait. It is more of a sight lure. But if you're fishing on the edges of grass where you've seen fish cruising in there and all your bites have come on the edge of the grass, don't be afraid to throw one in there. It just draws reactions. That's like those fish, just as I was talking about recently. Bayou burner, absolutely. Those fish were reacting to it. I mean, I was even throwing stick baits in there, and those fish, I had fish swimming away from it. And as soon as they'd see that jerk bait darting and then coming to a stop, they were just crushing it. Great bait to get fish to react. Yeah, Hag's Tornado. So I used to throw, I know we were talking a little bit before about the Lake Fork lures. So Lake Fork had what's called a ring fry that was, I think, the first big aha moment I had for switching from a Cinco to one of those. I don't remember who I was fishing with, if it was Randizzle or Dad that day, but I was throwing one on a weighted wacky hook and absolutely crushed it. And I was like, man, I want to start looking at some more of these different types of worms because I had really only thrown like a fluke, like a Cinco style bait. Really hadn't gone too crazy. But the Lake Fork ring fry, 4 inches, what I always throw, and they're a little bit thicker. Like they look kind of small here, but I would say they're about the size of like, I don't know. I would say my middle finger, read between the lines, but like they're a pretty thick size. So it's not like a little tiny Cinco. Like the ribs make it look bigger than it is. The actual body inside is thin, smaller than a Cinco, but those ribs really make it look bigger. Put a couple O-rings on these in the middle and fish that on a weighted wacky hook. I mean, it really undulates on the way down. So those, if you're looking for something a little bit different, weighted wacky rig, because I think they float, I want to say. So you have to have a little bit of weight on them. But really, really cool look to it. And then as Bayou was talking about, the Hag's Tornado. Big fan of those. I used to throw the Grande Bass one, but the Hags, I think, comes in a lot better colors. And I would say those, I think you get more in the bag too. They come in different sizes as well. So I think the Grande Bass only comes in one. These you can go 4, 5, 6.5, 8. There's one that's like a green pumpkin purple that I got that looks absolutely extraordinary right there. Purple haze. Looks awesome. They've got, a ton of different colors in these. But again, kind of the same thing. This weird ribbed body. I was trying to think there was another color that I got that looked really neat. But anyway, this ribbed kind of body, and this one kind of tapers. I like these a little bit better because if you're using a wacky tool, these fit better in the wacky tool. Those Lake Fork ring fries, you kind of have to finagle them and twist them in, the bigger ones anyway. These go into a wacky tool easier, so I don't know if that's a selling point for you, but if you use that a lot, put the O-rings in the middle with both of these because the middle part, like the actual body part, is pretty thin. So if you're just putting the hook through the middle of it, they're not going to last long. Definitely O-rings or like the VMC thing. One of those. Arsenal's got one. Yeah, cool, different, wacky rig. The 4-inch is what I like in these, or you could go 5-inch for largies. 4-inch probably be better for smallmouth, but or you could Texas rig them. I mean, these big 8-inch ones look pretty neat. Okay, what else? What else we got for questions? More ollies talk. Yeah, I know. No ollies here. I don't get in on the ollies deals. Spencer, nothing, nothing but junk in your ollies. Hit and miss. Dax says he's got good stuff at ollies. Yeah, I know, dude. The lighting down here is weird. So I've got on my, you can see here, my hand. I've got a light on my webcam. You can see I'll turn it off. That's off. And then this light over here. So this is my side light. That light off. So on, off, on. Yeah, I definitely need to figure out my lighting because it's not the best lighting. And I know Mike said I'm mixing lighting, and that's a problem. Like my overhead lights are like that yellow. He said that really messes with stuff when you've got like these white blue lights, these LEDs mixed with that. I need to take some time and try to get a better live lit setup. But I usually try to keep my lives kind of laid back, fun. Let's see. Have you tried the X Zone True Center Stick? Is that their stick bait? I do like X Zone stuff a lot. I've got quite a bit of their stuff over the past couple years. 3.5-inch swammer. I really, really like that for chatterbaits or just on like a jig head. Underspin. Am I sharing? Yes, I am. X Zone, the True Center Stick. I think that's their stick bait, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple packages of these in the 6-inch. I don't think I've thrown them yet. I think I only got 2 packages. Yeah, a little bit bigger stick bait. I know the 6-inch is a little bit bigger, kind of an interesting look to it. And I think, are these the ones where they write on it like wacky rig here or something like that? They put the writing or something. There's some brand that has like rig here and it's got like an arrow or something, I want to say. But they put the exact middle of it there for you where you put your like wacky tool deal right here. That's the True Center. Hence, True Center Stick. Yeah, uniquely marked wacky zone area. So that is pretty cool. I like that. You know, you're right in the middle of it. You don't have to guess. Quick, rig it up. Speaking of X Zone, another one, Liza was talking about the Z-Craw. These remind me of the Z-Craws. These things look awesome in the water too. Flipping bait. What is it? Adrenaline Craw, I think they call it. Yeah, Adrenaline Craws. Purple Shadow, pretty sick color. So I would give those a try if you're looking for something different. Okay, what else? What else? Gramps is getting out of here. He said, night, hoping the rain's gone when I wake up. All right, brother, get some sleep. Anything OSP? I'm not huge into the OSP stuff. But let me see. I think there was something of OSP that I was looking at, or maybe it was Jackal. We'll do a couple more things. All right, I can't believe we're already an hour and a half. Let me know if you've got any questions. If you want to do a quick this or that, if you have a quick bait question, a quick anything like that, let me know. Hit it in the comments right now because I'm gonna answer a couple more. Then I'm getting out of here. I can't believe we've been talking baits for an hour and a half. Cody said you like JDM at all. I don't honestly get a ton into the JDM game. My guy Dersh and my guy Chaunch, funny names, their nicknames, are my two kind of, actually, I don't think it's Dersh, Chaunch, and then somebody else. But I've got a couple JDM dealers, and it's pretty cool to check out the different things that they have and show off. Let me see. Gosh, I can't remember if it was OSP or if it was Jackal. Let me look. That's what we were doing here. But yeah, I haven't dabbled a ton into the JDM stuff. Is it OSP that has the soft plastic? I do have one of the OS. No, I don't. It is not OSP. I have seen the Hookup Tackle showing some of this stuff though. I think they showed this one on a free rig. Randizzle's a big fan of the free rig. Jackal's got one, I think, too. But kind of that bluegill looking profile. I do want to try those. Oh, it was OSP. So when I was talking earlier about the spunk shad and no, this was not it. That is not it. I'm sorry. I think it's jackal. I think it was called the rhythm wag or something like that. Let's look real quick. Talking JDM. I am not the JDM guy to talk. Uh, I don't have a huge JDM knowledge base, but jackal. Some of the things do interest me. Okay, so I think it's called like the rhythm wag or something. The gavacho, I did throw it for a day. Cool frog. I am not a diehard fan of it, but I know a lot of people swear by the gavacho frog. Lots of folks like that one. And then this. Oh, maybe it was this. The eye shad. I feel like it was called rhythm something. Rhythm wag. That's what it was. I got a couple of these a while back. So I thought I mean, you can throw it as a stick bait. It does have or like a jerk bait, does have the channel in it, but I got a couple to see what they would look like on a chatterbait. Again, kind of that fluke style look to it, but the body is solid. That's the only thing about flukes is if you cut the fluke down at all or the nose rips, that cut channel for the belly just rips out. So I got a couple packs of these. I'm gonna have to go find them, but I got those to try on a chatterbait. I thought those were kind of cool, but I'm not a huge JDM guy. So, all right, what do we got? Any questions as we're getting out of here? Questions, this or that? Okay, fish in the southeast, this or that. All right, we'll go full screen. So I hope this helped too. Let me know in the comments if you like that. Looking at clearance stuff, going off of things that I've used, things I haven't used, things that interest me. Just talking baits. This is always fun to me. I could sit and do this stuff all day. If I could get a job just talking about baits to people, I would do it. Okay, so flappy bait or dead action in the summer in any cover. I am definitely a flappy bait, flappy tail, kicky tail, anything like that as the water warms up for sure. So like a rage craw, um, ribbon tail worms, anything like that that give motion as the water's warmer for sure. As the water gets colder, or maybe if you're going to a finesse jig or something. But for sure, when the water gets colder, I'll go to like a beaver bait or something with less action that's just got a real subtle move to it. Like if I'm dragging a jig or bouncing a jig on the bottom. Uh, the only time I would deviate from that is throwing like a sweet beaver, like a big 4.2 inch sweet beaver, is when you're in real thick brushy wood. So if you're in just like regular logs and stuff, or just kind of finger branches, usually not an issue, but we can get to that real brushy, like um I think people call it buck brush, but just the real like it's real thick stuff. I like a flipping bait like that with really no appendages, just so it doesn't get caught. So that's me. That is me. But I am not a pro. That's just what I find works for me. Okay, this or that. What else? I saw another one here I skipped over. This or that. Ned rig or wacky rig from the bank. So it really depends on the spot, Trevor. Generally, this time of year, because we have so many grassy lakes around me, wacky rig reigns supreme. I mean, you can throw it next to wood, as long as you got like the ones with the little. I don't think I have any of those hooks. Ryugi hooks. They are a little bit more expensive, but I think those are my favorite wacky hooks right now. They have like a little like fiber. Some of them have the wire things on them. Um, awesome hooks, super sharp, but they help you not get snagged up in that wood as much. So for sure, wacky rig for me. Early in the year, Ned rig, because all that grass and stuff isn't up. Or this time of year, if you've got spots that are rocky or kind of a harder bottom that you can drag a jig or stuff like that, river, creeks and stuff, a Ned rig does work. But for me, if I only had to choose one, it'd be a wacky rig. Tanner, just saw that pop in. Tanner with the $1.99 bomb. Tanner, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. And did I see one more this or that? Fish in the southeast. I thought there was one before you. Maybe not. Okay, so fish in the southeast. This or that. Buzz bait or walking bait? Okay, so buzz bait for me generally is going to be when I've got a little bit windier conditions, a little bit dirtier water. The buzz bait just has so much pulling power, right? You've got a lot of commotion, it's moving water, you've got sound, vibration, clacking. If it's calm morning, like those kind of stereotypical days where you get out in the water and you're super, am I fuzzy on this? Do your job, webcam. Those stereotypical days where you go out, there's a little bit of fog on the water, pretty calm. To me, that's walking bait written all over it. Like, oh, or if fish are pushing bait, if you can visually see fish pushing shad or pushing bluegill, pushing anything, a walking bait mimics those fish running on top so well, with that walk the dog clicking back and forth. So that's kind of what uh, does it for me. The walking bait too, I like more in the fall, like when they are feeding specifically on bait fish more, I feel like around here. Whereas the buzz bait or like a buzz toad now just does so good because you can bring it over, again, now we've got the vegetation and stuff coming up. You can bring it over pads. You can bring it, in that kind of sparse grass pretty well. A walking bait with treble hooks like that, it's a done deal. You can't get them anywhere near grass and stuff. So that's kind of how I throw them. But all right. Hopefully that helped you all. Again, comment. Let me know if this helps. I love going through this, just talking sales, talking baits, talking geary nerd stuff. But I'm out of here. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, everybody have a good 4th of July weekend. Thank you all so much for the support. It always does really mean a lot to me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. So I'm getting out of here. Thank you all. And until